Hello, welcome to Meanwhile in the Falklands, the podcast from FITV. We're all sitting here. Not a particularly nice day today, really, is it?
Terribly gloomy outside.
Yeah, keeps raining.
Good.
Yeah. I'm going to turn you up a bit, Hannah, because I...
Oh my God, wait, I'm getting turned up.
I know.
Now, here we go, this is where the volume goes through the roof.
I know. It was a surprise to me too.
Can't believe I was trying to be quietened out and hushed away in the corner.
No, but now you're going to start shouting and you'll be too loud.
Yeah. Listener, in case you don't know, Hannah's superpower is the fact that her voice appears to be the same level on everyone's mic.
Yeah, so my voice gets picked up on everyone else's microphone as well as my own, which is what I love about my voice, because I can actually project.
Look at that.
Am I actually going across all three? I am going across all three.
Yeah. Hannah is a nightmare to edit.
I wonder if it's something to do with the pitch of my voice, maybe.
I don't know. But that's, if you're out there, listener, and you're working on a thesis to do with voice projection, Hannah's your woman, basically.
I thought you were just about to say if you're out there and you can hear Hannah's voice, you probably can.
You probably can. I have to say, listen, in case you're worried as well, last week I proclaimed that there was no butterscotch Angel Delight for love nor money in the Falklands. I've actually found some.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Where was it?
So we're all okay. Chandler. No, Kelpers.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the listener wants to hear the funny story about when I house sat for Paula and Steve. I house sat for Paula and Steve ages ago. The beginning of the year, it must have been for a month or so. And I was looking through the cupboards thinking, they said, don't worry, Hannah, you can use whatever cupboard items you want. They did a big Asda order from the UK, had it sent down, and they had to go away. So I was like, oh, great, loads of food, going to be really nice. Had a little look in there. Honest to God, I was absolutely shocked at what I found. It was 10 tons of baked beans.
Yes.
Just in case there was an apocalypse.
Yes.
Which I was like, well, I don't really like baked beans. And Angel Delight.
Angel Delight.
Lady fingers, blancmange. All the things that were from the 80s, I'm guessing, that who eats? I was like, what do you do with blancmange?
What decade did you order this food in, Paula?
Yeah.
How long did it take to get to the Falklands?
Listen, any listener who's listening to this who remembers school dinners will remember chocolate crunch and pink sauce.
What do you use blancmange for?
To make pink's custard.
Even
Who's
as a word.
making pink custard?
When you make
evening
chocolate
during the week.
crunch.
Hard day at work. Let's
have some blancmange.
Yeah, with some chocolate crunch. It's fantastic. I'm going to make that for you.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, on the weekend, and you're going to go, my God, Paula, why didn't I have this years ago?
What makes it pink?
With the raspberry or the strawberry in it. There's a raspberry flavour, a strawberry flavour, a chocolate flavour, and a vanilla flavour. Oh, come on!
I bet you have Smash as well in your cupboards.
I do have Smash.
Yeah, there we go.
Because it's really good, because sometimes the potatoes are a bit ropey down here, and you can just put like some Smash in there as well, and it just sort of all... Look at your
I
face
remember this
making.
actually. When I first arrived, we did an advert for the Malvina House Hotel for sausages.
No,
it was for the
Malvina,
Stanley Services shop. And I was like, we do adverts as well, because I didn't realise we do adverts. So I dressed up and, Hannah, we need you as a actor in this advert. And you made sausages and mash, and I didn't realise it was Smash until I tried it. I was like, this seems nice, but it tastes rather different.
I said, please don't ever tell your mother. Now she knows.
Yes.
That I
Paula cooks with Smash.
I've never had Smash before.
Oh, you're in for a treat. You just wait, we'll make you a Smash dinner.
It's not
smashing dinner.
A smashing.
It's not bad. When I did a roast dinner for like 10 people months and months ago, like last year, and I'd completely forgotten to do the potatoes, and everything was ready.
How
so
could
what
you
do you
get
do?
the potatoes?
You bring out the Smash.
Did they realise?
Yeah,
Or
because
did you disclaim
no,
it?
because Stuart went, "Where are the potatoes?" I went, "I haven't done any." We'll have to have Smash.
Oh my God.
So,
did they ever come back for roast?
yeah, they did. Only the once.
Speaking of roast, though, Katharyn, you still owe us a roast.
Or maybe I'll make you
a finger at you from our Fitbit challenge.
I'll make you a Smash roast. There we go.
Katharyn's a very good cook. If the listener doesn't already,
I'm not the best at cooking, and Paula told me, she gave me instructions on how to cook lamb.
Yes.
And I thought, this is great. I know now
Dead easy,
how to cook lamb. Cheap as chips in the shop. I go to Hannah and say, right, Hannah, I know what I'm cooking for our Sunday roast. I'm going to make a lamb. And she goes, oh, I don't like lamb. You only told me to cook the dinner. You didn't say you had to eat it.
In the rules and regulations of this Fitbit challenge,
don't
what it was
remember.
Katharyn and I had a challenge. We both wear Fitbits. Who can do the most steps in a week? It was. I came out on top. I get to choose the meat.
Yeah, no, that wasn't
in the rules.
That's not on the contract.
I started the challenge. I create the rules.
That's not on the contract I signed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was only told to cook the roast. I didn't say that
you. I came to a car when you won the daily challenge.
I don't know whether I really want to be part of this anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, come on, Paula, get a Fitbit.
No, I bought one.
Yeah, I know.
It's sitting in the UK. I bought a Fitbit and it's sitting in the UK for me.
It's the best thing.
Anyway, long programme this week. What we knocking on?
50 minutes.
50 minutes. 50 minutes from FITV you've got this week.
Half of them are bloopers.
There were some mistakes, yes. Lots of things going on. The Scout Christmas thingy.
Coffee evening.
That was great.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I had my favourite stall. We won lots on. Very good game that they do is they wrap up wine bottles.
Yeah.
Some of them have water in and some of them are real wine.
Oh.
All wrapped up in Christmas paper and they're all spread out on a table and you pay, I don't know, £5 for 3 goes and you get to pick and unwrap and hope you get a bottle of wine. Katharyn and I put a tenner in, 6 goes, and we won 3 bottles of wine for it.
Yeah. It's not bad,
One
is
of
it?
which was Fancy Monty's wine.
It
Fancy
was nice.
Pants wine.
And a fizz.
Yes, we did. Yeah, lots of wine.
Yeah.
So that was great.
And there's none of it left already after 2 days. No.
Yeah, Hannah, where's all the wine gone?
No, it was a good game.
Yeah.
I think.
I had to stump Hannah a load of 20p's so she could keep having goes on the
Exactly.
tombola.
I conveniently left my purse in the car.
So,
How
Well,
much money did they raise?
oh gosh, I don't know actually. But I was talking to Karen Lee at the time, and she said it's usually around £1,000
Oh,
they
wow.
raise.
Wow, that's good.
Which reminds me, we need to get this through this podcast because I've got to go to the charity shop before they close because I owe them £1. Otherwise, I'll have Teresa coming after me.
And they also had a bit in our show, didn't they?
Yeah,
They were
they
looking
want
for volunteers.
They're looking for volunteers. It's a lovely, lovely little charity shop. Loads of books.
The only charity shop on the Falkland Islands?
No, there's one at NPC.
Ah.
Yeah, there's one at
the
NPC
only
for
charity
food.
shop in
In
Stanley.
There we go.
There you go. Really, really nice stuff in there. So, yeah, they need some more volunteers. And when I was there filming, I wasn't really listening to what
No,
Teresa was saying. I
wasn't doing much filming.
no, I was looking at the books behind, and so I need to put down some money for that. But my goodness, we've done such a lot today.
I feel
this
like
week.
this may be a job for a Connie Foams if she's listening.
What's
Doing
that?
some volunteering.
Do some volunteers.
On-
Good.
on-
Yeah.
yeah.
No, Hazel's come out. She's
And
like,
Hazel,
Oh,
there
I
we
Hazel's
go.
do it.
volunteered her. Yeah.
Volunteer them all.
Yes.
So Katharyn and I went down to Gypsy Cove yesterday to film some links for Loo-Gate.
This is a big piece this week.
So obviously the
Loo-Gate.
listener may have seen in the international news that York Bay has recently been demined
It's beautiful
and
beach,
it's
isn't it?
open.
Yeah.
Falkland Islands is mine-free officially for the first time in 40 years. And there's some lovely public toilets there.
Hopefully the Loo-Gate will now also hit the international news. I think we
But
did
what's
an
happened
excellent
with
job.
these public toilets? Do
Well,
tell.
well, apparently the Falklands Tourist Board requested them to be built, and the Public Works Department built them, but it's now who looks after them and who owns them. So we'll leave it there because you need to watch the programme to get the ins and outs of it.
But you need to see if Katharyn managed to go and spend a penny
You've
on it.
got to
Yeah.
see if
did
Katharyn
I
spent a
did I
penny.
manage to get into the toilets or not?
Who knows?
We'll
Well,
watch
we
the show and
Breaking
find out.
news in the Falkland Islands.
This is big stuff.
It absolutely chucked it with rain while we were there.
It did.
Seriously. It was so windy, and you can see the camera is moving. It's so windy, it chucked it down with rain. And then there was this weird rainbow on the beach, wasn't there? Really low rainbow.
Yeah, the rainbow was cool though.
Yeah. So
It was freezing cold.
it was.
We both got back in the car and were like, we're so cold.
But this is the thing. So we're looking at getting some new kit, hopefully, from Father Christmas.
Yes.
But the thing with us is it's so difficult to get normal kit because you've got to consider the weather
Yep.
here and everything's windy and you'll see by that piece and with the camera and
Yep.
stuff, trying to get stuff that's stable and microphones as well, trying to
Yeah.
get microphones that aren't going to pick up all the wind.
And those little tiny fluffs are so expensive.
So if anyone can recommend, maybe a listener might be able to recommend
Yeah,
some
come on,
good
listener.
kit for us.
Yeah, if there's any listeners that are
to get-
hurricane chasers, go.
Yes, storm chasers or whatever.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
We're looking for
Yeah.
some suggestions.
Yeah, windproof kit.
The end of the programme this week, you can see my hair blowing all over the place as I struggled to do some pieces to camera in the wind. It's been not the greatest weather. Ollie's not with us at the moment. Ollie's at Pebble Island. I'm hoping that it's a completely
Don't know what the
different
weather's
weather
like
in
there,
Pebble
yeah.
Island. Otherwise, his footage. I don't suppose you get that drone.
No.
out.
But
You've been to Pebble.
Yeah, I've been to Pebble a couple of times actually. It's very nice.
How is it?
It's one of my favourite places. You need to go.
I really
It's
want to go.
Really, really nice. And they've got an old school there as well, old schoolhouse,
yeah.
which is quite good, like a classroom. Nice bit of wildlife, nice beaches. Quite a walk to get to the things, so I kind of drove around. I also got bogged at Pebble. Sorry, Ricky, if you're listening.
Dear.
But also thank you, Ricky, for saving me.
This Friday, of course, is the Christmas Challenge concert. And before we started this, Katharyn said to me, are we going to have a rehearsal for this? We're not. We're literally just going to put those penguin suits on and do some random jiggling. That's
good because I have seen at our favourite Harbour Lights cinema, they've got one of my all-time favourite Christmas films on that evening at 8:30.
really? What is it?
Love Actually. And I said to Katharyn, we have to go if we can get in there.
Yeah, because you're on right at the beginning.
If we're
so
on
you'll
at
be
the
on
beginning,
at 7:00.
in a penguin suit, whack them off, get
off
into
we
the
go.
cinema,
And go.
because there's one scene in that film, and I think listener will probably know which scene it is, with Alan Rickman and the necklace and Joni Mitchell, and that's all I'm going to say every time.
Yeah,
every time makes me cry.
Okay. Lots of things. I keep going back to this. Lots of things have happened this week. I had a Government House reception last night for the Royal British Legion.
How was that?
Very lovely. Not very many people there though.
Yeah.
The new commander of the British Forces was there.
Ooh.
I did want to go and say hello to him, but I missed him.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. We also had Elliot popped by and
Guest
we managed,
presenter.
managed to persuade him to do the astronomy slot for us.
He could be a new Brian Cox.
He could.
No, he's got very good inflection and intonation.
Yeah.
And the way he speaks, I think.
Have you put some of those bloopers on there though?
Yeah. I should have.
You also filmed the Shield people doing
Yes, Shalina from the Shield programme has been painting, or has finished, a mural at one of the local retailers down here on a blank wall, and it's beautiful. She's done this big tree with like a sun and a sunscape on one side. Sunscape, is that a word?
Let's make
and
it.
And a nightscape on the other side. It's very cool. She's very talented, and she must be only 19, 20, budding young artist, way more creative than I could ever be. So I said to her, maybe we could get you to come and do a backdrop for us. Might be quite good. But yeah, so watch that piece, or watch the show this week if you want to have a look and see what she's created.
We've got young Hayden is coming to my kitchen on Saturday afternoon, and he's going to cook something for us.
Junior Master Chef.
Yeah, he's a budding chef. I don't know what he's going to cook. I haven't been told that yet.
Something sweet, like a gingerbread house or gingerbread man or something Christmassy.
He's going to come in and do that for us. You're re-cleaning the beach, aren't you?
Yeah. Hopefully the weather is better for this beach clean, and we get a few more shots this time.
Yeah. So it was last week, wasn't it? Katharyn and I went down to York Bay because some of the fishing, FIFCA, Fishing Islands. Fishing Islands?
It's not Fishing Islands.
Islands Fishing Companies Association went down to clean the beach, because obviously that beach hasn't been stepped on for 30 years, 8 years. Loads of fishing gear washed up on there, needed cleaning, so they went down to do it, and we thought, we'll go down. Nice to see them doing that. Got down on the beach, about 20 minutes into walking along, absolutely started hailing like mad, didn't it?
It was ridiculous. Honestly, I don't even know how we managed to get back to the car without just. It was horrible.
We were like soggy wet dogs.
We're like a pair of drowned rats.
But where did you access the beach from? Was it near Gypsy Cove?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's fairly flat.
Yeah, we didn't go through the dunes, so that was all right.
We didn't want to park off road and get the beach, and so we.
But yeah, so the only shots we got were of the bogged quad.
Yeah, on the way back, the man, bless him. So this time around, we're hoping that the weather's
crossed.
good, but looking at it at the moment.
Yeah, if the
we
weather
shall
gods
see.
are listening, please give us some sunshine.
Moving on to next week then, we've got Battle Day on Tuesday, which is going to be...
I hope the weather's good.
Is that going to be your first parade?
No, I saw the
Remembrance.
Remembrance parade. It's my first Battle Day though.
Yeah,
that's
so
exciting.
Battle Day is the 8th. It's a bank holiday here in the Falkland Islands. You have Tuesday the 8th, the 8th of December off, and it's to commemorate the Battle of the Falklands, which happened. Do you want to give that in a nutshell, Hannah?
Battle Day. I can remember. So what happens is
there was the Battle of. No, not the River Plate.
See, in my head, all I get is Battle of Coronel, but
Coronel,
it is
that's
Coronel,
it.
isn't it?
Ooh, yes. So, Admiral
Sturdy Von Spee.
Yeah, but who was the British guy? Was that Sturdy?
I thought it was Admiral Von Spee, and
we're going to get a real rap on our wrists for getting this. Anyway, The Admiral was down here. He got sent word that he had to go and meet up and battle the German fleet at the Coronel. He knew it was not going to work because all the ships were quite old, weren't they? This is it in a nutshell. I'm skimming lots of parts.
Did a battle happen?
So off he went. The battle happened. He died, didn't he?
I think he may have
He
done.
might have died. One of the last ships to get there was the Canopus.
Yeah.
And it was all over by the time the Canopus got there. So the Canopus turned around and came back. Anyway, it was the first naval battle that the British had lost.
Yeah.
And the Canopus sort of got itself in a position in Stanley Harbour, and the old Navy guys that were on it said, right, the Admiral's coming, or the new Admiral's coming. They sent 2 of their fastest ships down to the Falklands, Invincible and something else.
I know what you mean.
And so he said, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to inspect the ship. So what we'll do is we'll make sure there's a charge in the hold, so that when the Admiral comes, we can just like bang, off it goes, and it'll all be great. Thank goodness they did. Some little young lad was on the top of the hill, wasn't he? Some young lad went to the top of the hill, saw the German fleet coming, ran down, notified Mrs. Felton. Mrs. Felton had a phone, so she rang Stanley to say the Germans were coming. She got a tea set and he got a medal, or he got a tea set and she got a medal.
Yeah.
I can't remember. And then
because she was in the Women of the Falklands exhibition.
Yes. And then the Canopus fired off the round that it had in its channel. All the other ships were being refueled, ready. So the German fleet got this shell coming over the landmass and thought there was a massive, battery over there. So they turned round and legged it.
Yeah.
So the British then followed them. And there was this massive naval battle out at sea. Halfway through, some sailing ship came through, didn't it?
Just on little day out.
Yeah, on a day out, basically, on a cruise, just like, so this massive tall ship just sort of like sailed through. Apparently they were all shearing, because obviously it's that time of year, on the west. They had no idea what was going on. But the dogs were going nuts.
Because they could hear the vibration.
They could hear
Really?
Yeah, so at the time they had to lock away all the dogs because the dogs were going nuts. John Smith has got some
avid.
He's got
historian.
some diary from some young lad, because they were selling meat pies and all sitting on the hill watching the battle in the distance. So that's Battle Day in a nutshell.
Fun family entertainment, watching the battle on the...
Yeah, and in amongst all that is the myth, the urban myth that the original Admiral had buried his sword and medals or something in the garden of Government House, and but that's never been found.
So we all need to ask the governor if we can dig his yard up.
Yeah.
What it is.
And they were burying the code books in the peat shed or something. I don't know.
That was very good. That was very good. I think you did very well there.
that was a nice
I believe that.
Yeah, nice little history lesson with Paula there.
So I apologise if I got anything wrong there.
Please don't write in and tell us.
And then Christmas Tree Festival is next week, which reminds me, at some point tomorrow, we need to print out some faces and start sticking them on some baubles ready for next week.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So it's all good fun, really, isn't it? What are you looking forward to over Christmas?
I'm not sure. It doesn't feel very Christmassy at the moment because I'm not used to Christmas being in summer. So it's so weird. I got here and thinking, Christmas, it'll be nice and cold and cosy and snowy, and it's not. And like back home, everyone's like, oh yeah, it's really festive. I'm like, it seems weird having Christmas decorations up in shops because it's warm outside.
Wow.
Well, I mean, not today, but no, I'm looking forward to the Christmas tree festival. I think that should be fun.
It is nice, isn't it? You filmed it a few times,
It's
haven't you?
my favourite.
Is it?
Yeah, I like the Christmas Tree Festival because you get to see all the different local companies and businesses that have done different themed trees and stuff, and then you get to eat some of the decorations.
Oh, nice.
From the
Didn't you
waterfront.
interview some young girl from Glue and
Glitter and Glue?
Glitter and Glue, and so Hannah had you mic'd her up, and then you asked her a question and she would turn her head to talk about what
The
was
tree
on the
behind
tree.
it. And it was, I said to her something about, what's your favourite part about being at Glitter and Glue, and she was like, I'm too young to be in Glitter and Glue, but my I don't want to be. I want to be in the older group girls, but my babysitter's in it and I'm not. And I was like, oh, okay. And we kept the whole interviewing because I find it. It's funny. It's really funny.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Interviewing children's like my favourite thing. To be fair.
Oh yeah,
It's just
that's
hilarious.
so funny. I had one at an Easter day once, an Easter event, and I said, right, just tell me what's happened today so far. And she looked a bit confused, and then she went, I had Rice Krispies for breakfast.
Can I cook with Hayden on Saturday together? Can we do it as a two?
Yeah.
Or you and Hayden do it as a two? So then you can
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny.
Yeah. See where I go. Yes. So Hayden's pretty good though.
Is he quite good on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We interviewed him for the what's that golf thing they did? They did the crazy golf for the guides up at the FITV hall, and I
Make your
interviewed
own
him.
hole or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I interviewed him for that, and he was brilliant. So I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Watch out UK, because Hannah and I are coming soon.
Aha, we're coming to get you.
Oh, poor UK.
15th of December we're off, aren't we?
Yes, listener, when you don't hear a podcast for the next month and a half, you'll know why. That's because we've gone.
It's because I'm just sat in the office in the corner screaming because there's so much to do.
Yes. Actually, we might do that, listener. I know some podcasts run in seasons. So if there is a week where there isn't a podcast, it's because we're doing other things.
Or you could get Paula and Elijah podcast.
Yeah.
We can do it.
We could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure something
Mum
out.
in on it. Mum, if you're listening, which you probably are.
That'd be brilliant.
You can get in on the
We
podcast.
can just swap them over and have a look what it's like.
Get Steve's mum in.
Falkland Islanders in the UK. That's what it'll be. Anyway, that comes to the end of this week's podcast. If you want to listen along and find out what we have filled 50 minutes worth of viewing with, you need to look at week 5-10 to have a look at all of that. It also includes Loo-Gate and taxation and astronomy
Paula's
and
windy
the
hair.
shield, my windy hair, some bloopers, the fire engine pull we didn't even go on.
The fire engine pull.
So loads of stuff in the programme this week. Check it out, fitv.co.fk. Subscribe onto that. It's £6 for a month. You can watch as many programmes as you like in the month, or £60 for the year, and you've got then
unlimited access to all of the goodies that we've ever filmed.
Absolutely. So we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.